Okay, guys, we have a lot of breaking news to get to. There's like 7 different signings I need to talk about in this one video, and I'm sure by the time I'm done recording this video, there's going to be like an additional 5. So before we get to the content, just want to let you guys know I'm giving away a signed autograph piece of NFL memorabilia, like a signed autograph football or jersey of a football player of your choice. All you have to do is subscribe and turn on my notifications, and let me know in the comment section down below what you would want to be given away to you. On top of that, if you follow us on Instagram and Twitter, we're going to be doing an additional giveaway on those platforms as well. Now that we got all that out of the way, Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? You might be wondering where I went for the past hour. Well, I was actually doing work for my NBA channel. I'm starting this podcast, and I don't know, that's the reason I've been away, and I haven't been able to get you guys the updates within 30 minutes of it dropping. So the very first piece of information that I wanted to get to you guys is Yannick Ngakoue, a player that I personally really like, a player that looks really good on the football field, and if you just look at his statistics, he looks remarkable, has agreed to a huge deal with the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, this is really interesting because earlier today we got some information that the Kansas City Chiefs are going to sign a brand new offensive lineman to protect Patrick Mahomes in Joe Thuney. Now, Joe Thuney was probably the best offensive lineman available in the entire NFL free agency period. So essentially what the Las Vegas Raiders said, okay, let's go ahead and try to counter this move by signing Yannick Ngakoue. Now, Ngakoue had a very interesting year this past year. Starting out as a member of the Jacksonville Jaguars, he was traded in the offseason to the Minnesota Vikings. The Minnesota Vikings actually did good work with him for 3 weeks, but since they weren't expected to contend, he got traded to the Baltimore Ravens and reunited with his former Jacksonville Jaguars teammate Calais Campbell. Now, I originally thought that he may return to the Baltimore Ravens because the Ravens lost Matt Judon to the Patriots earlier today. But alas, that doesn't seem like what's going to happen, as the Las Vegas Raiders have officially signed Yannick Ngakoue to a 2-year, $26 million deal. I honestly think this is a great deal for the Las Vegas Raiders. They get a bargain, in my opinion, and another piece to their defense, which definitely needed some help after their defense underperformed last year. Now, speaking of the Las Vegas Raiders, one player that is not going to be returning to them is Nelson Agholor. Now, Nelson Agholor wasn't really known to be a good wide receiver during his time with the Philadelphia Eagles. As a matter of fact, many people claim that he had stone hands, but this past year, he did some remarkable work with the Las Vegas Raiders, notching almost 1,000 yards receiving, while 896 yards receiving in total, 8 touchdowns as well, to put forward his best statistical season in his entire NFL career. And well, it looks like he got rewarded by none other than the New England Patriots, as the Patriots are expected to sign Nelson Agholor today to a 2-year, $26 million deal, which is kind of crazy because that's literally the exact amount that Yannick Ngakoue signed with the Las Vegas Raiders. Anytime you're a wide receiver that's getting defensive end money, that means you really have a good agent and you really did cash out. Now, I'm really excited to see how Bill Belichick is going to use Nelson Agholor and his brand new wide receiver that he also just signed, that we just got word from. The New England Patriots are also signing wide receiver Kendrick Bourne. And get this, Kendrick Bourne is getting a 3-year, $22.5 million deal. So today, the New England Patriots added Matt Judon, 2 brand new wide receivers, and Jonnu Smith all in one day. And I'm saying that all from memory, so let me know if I forgot anyone in the comment section down below. If you're Cam Newton and you're looking at this, you must be in a state of elation, because when I was watching the New England Patriots last year, the number one thing I said about Cam Newton is give this man a good defense, give this man actual weapons on the offensive side of the ball, and then judge whether or not he could still play the game of football or not. And it looks like, on top of a very strong power running scheme, the New England Patriots are going to have extremely fast and very versatile wide receivers. And I'm really excited to see how Bill Belichick elects to use these wide receivers. Could we start seeing some jet motion sweeps from the New England Patriots? They have a mobile QB. They have two very capable running backs. They already had a fairly strong rushing attack last year, and that's when they were performing below expectations. So what can we expect from him this year now that they got a really good tight end, two capable wide receivers? We still have yet to hit the NFL draft, so we'll see what their plans are for then, but they also attack the pass rushing position. The New England Patriots went on an absolute spending spree today, and if you're a Patriots fan, you should be extremely excited. Today has been a very slow day for wide receivers. We're still awaiting word from Juju Smith-Schuster, Kenny Golladay, and players like Antonio Brown. Speaking of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which I feel like today in all four of my videos, we talked about the New England Patriots and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers ad nauseum, but these are two things we haven't seen ever before. We've never seen the New England Patriots go on a spending spree in free agency, and we've never seen a team that has won the Super Bowl be so successful at retaining their core in order to potentially make another run at the Super Bowl. And the crazy part is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers so far have retained each and every single one of their free agents, from Levante David, who said he really wanted a big payday, signing for 2 more years, to Shaq Barrett taking a pay cut to sign a 4-year, $72 million contract. But we're not even done yet, as after franchise tagging Chris Godwin as well, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers went ahead and were able to retain the services of their tight end, which, by the way, as remarkable as Rob Gronkowski is, I don't necessarily think he's needed, because the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were already so deep at the tight end position. They're just loading up even more at this point. And they're signing Rob Gronkowski to a 1-year, $10 million contract. Now, this is very simple. It's really easy to see why they retained Gronk. He made significant strides as a run blocker, but at the end of the day, whenever you have one of the most productive players on the field, and on top of that, a player that would do anything that would help the team win, and he happens to be best friends with Tom Brady, there was no doubt in our mind that not only will Rob Gronkowski return, but the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will pay him whatever he would want in order to return. Now, I always made the joke that Tom Brady was playing as general manager of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, at least sort of, because that's the reason why they got Rob Gronkowski and Antonio Brown to begin with. But it really seems as though the entire Tampa Bay Buccaneers are buying into the philosophy of returning for one more run at the Super Bowl. Now the eyes are going to be turning to Leonard Fournette and Antonio Brown. Will they return for another year with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Hopefully we'll find out within the next couple of hours. Now, on top of all this, we also got word that the Los Angeles Rams somehow, some way, are going to be signing linebacker Leonard Floyd to a 4-year, $64 million deal. Don't ask me how they're going to be able to afford this deal, because I have no idea. Now, to cap off all of this information, we got word that, of course, the Denver Broncos are also signing cornerback Ronald Darby to a 3-year, $30 million deal with $20 million guaranteed. And that's all we got up until this point. Make sure you're subscribed and you turn on my notifications to get the latest NFL news straight to your home screen. Aside from that, I'm your boy Mike, and I'm dropping our mic until our next upload.